As the latest product line of Beitong, the Quanping series, it has always been the main direction of innovation and intelligence. As can be seen from the external screen of the 50, the core purpose of this series is also to make it easier and more efficient for users to use the product. Today, as the successor to the Pillars series, and the very loud Quanping Kirin is finally here, and this time it is even more powerful. The AI Control flagship is directly printed on the box. The handle is the flagship product of the series, and what will happen to the performance of AI blessings? This time, the Quanping 70 still adopts a white tone scheme in terms of appearance. It looks and feels similar to Zeus 2. The overall layout scheme is also based on an Xbox-like layout scheme, and the face shell can also be replaced. It is worth mentioning, after replacing different face shells, the face shell can be recognized in the Beitong game hall. The corresponding UI will also become the same as the face shell. If that's the case, it's not worth mentioning. One such feature will be updated in September. After the player sets the relevant parameters, the shell will remember the player's settings. Even if you change another face in the middle and change it back, the settings will still be the same as the settings that used the face before. Then you can preset the corresponding parameters for different games. So when you go on a business trip or go to a friend's house to play games, you can play directly with a face shell. Can be seen that Beitong still cares about the details. This feature is indeed quite sassy. It means that adding 2 RGB light strips on both sides is not too wide. The light strip of Peng 70 is not simply glowing. It has also been integrated in terms of details. When the player is playing, the light strips on both sides will be based on the actual situation of the game. And the player's press intelligent linkage shows different changes. In addition to the trigger and gold wire, 2 micro expansion buttons are added to the top, plus the assassin button on the back. The expansion button of Quanping 70 also came to 6, and Beitong also takes into account the 6 fingers. The player and the 4 refer to the different holding habits of the player. The expansion button at the bottom adopts a modular design, and it is 2 metal spare parts with 3 angles adjustable. The texture is good. Different players can adjust the mounting angle according to their preference. Of course, in addition to the expansion button, the D-pads are also modular. Can be seen. Although there is no particularly big change in Wangguan Quanping 70. For the time being, in the shell, the light, in terms of modularity and other aspects, a lot of effort has been put into details. The action sword of the handle still follows the light axis scheme of the Zeus series. And on this basis, the sword range is short, the trigger is fast, and the sound, mouse crisp. The 2 expansion buttons on the shoulders use a micro-motion scheme. It is worth mentioning, the Quanping 70 also supports adaptive feedback double-cut triggers. Even in this case, a micro-trigger lock with short key travel is added. I have to say that this pile is really fierce. The area buttons all adopt the scheme of light touch to open the curve. However, the feel of the arrow keys has improved quite a lot. It should be a new structure. In terms of joysticks, the broad Canopy 70 uses a force adjustment capacitor of empty silver. The joystick turns directly. The rocker ring is adjustable. Still very convenient. Let me take a look at the functions. Because this Quanping 70 is equipped with expensive capacitive medicine tubes, and as one of the first brands to use Starlight chips in the field of inclusion. This time Quanping 70 is also equipped with a Starlight chip, and use specially researched algorithms to tune it, so in terms of parameters, the return rate reached 2000 Hz. The resolution has reached an astonishing 4000. This performance can be said to be a fault leading in the handle market at this stage. In addition, the computing power latency and signal also performed well. Next, let's focus on the largest of this Quanping 70. The selling point AI is first and foremost the adaptive double-cut trigger of this AI algorithm. Players can pass through the Beitong game hall. My game can be adaptively matched when I open the currently adapted game. So far, 14 scenario feedback has been done. The most important thing is the AS self-view trigger of the Quanping 70. The principle is to intelligently identify the game through the AS algorithm. Scene automatically switches the corresponding trigger vibration and damping feedback. No mod or plugin required. Even if you are connected to the internet, you can use it. This undoubtedly enhances the gaming experience even further. However, the currently adapted games only support GTA 5, Horizon 2 West Desperate, Horizon 4, 5, God of War 5, Cyberpunk, Black Myth. Although these 7 games are not many. However, Shang Zijing's 14 scenario feedback is also the most in the industry, and match the deepest. In addition, the official promises to update at least one popular game every month. You can look forward to it and vote on the game in the arcade. In addition to this, there is also an AI assistant function. Players can click the AI key to pop up a list of shortcut functions while playing the game. You can also press and hold the AI button for 3 seconds to call out the AI control voice assistant to continue to change the settings. No need to quit the game. Can also be through the word awakening. Hello, all come and call out hello Tong Tong. I'm here. But this kind of plan. Audio equipment with microphones and speakers needs to be turned on. After all, the handle itself is not sold. After the AI responds, you can directly proceed with some simple voice concoctions. Handle mode is set to shooting mode. Adjust the handle mode as the shooting mode. However, when the peripheral assistant is turned on, the parameters cannot be adjusted using the voice function. In terms of internal workmanship, Beitong has always been the first echelon. There was no problem. The PCB is very neat. On the motherboard, the MCU is huge. This is the first time I've seen such a large main control chip on the handle. The joystick is made of empty silver, the highest-end force-regulating capacitor. Rocker, and on the base of the joystick, Beitong also added ancestral linearizers. In this case, in the process of use, there is no need to worry about the friction of the joystick. At the same time, it also makes the feel more compliant. The micro-movement structure of the flight can also be seen clearly. And for the arrow key North Pass, a new structure has been made. Springs have been added to the interior to make the feel even better. The battery has also risen. 1500 mAh. The motor uses their patented asymmetry. Energy-saving concentrate. The motor can be said to be piled up and full. In fact, when I first got the Kunpeng 70, I personally feel that this is not like a product of Beitong, because in my impression, Beitong has never been so impatient. Whether it is the UI of different face shells, the adaptive modularity of RGB strips, the multi-angle installation of the expansion button is still the line position of the joystick. Drag, improvement between directions, all reflect the change in Beitong's attitude towards products. As a flagship product, Kunpeng 70 has indeed achieved a cute and unprovoked version. If you want to buy a flagship controller, the Kunpeng 70 is a very good choice. But if you look at the brand's main AI functions, there is still a lot of room for improvement at this stage. Present, it is more as common. But this direction is still good. After all, it is understandable to achieve a breakthrough from 0 to 1. And I have also discussed with the product team of Beitong in the product inner stage. They will continue to optimize AI functions in stages. In the future, you can enjoy a smarter experience through software updates. I look forward to the follow-up. Beitong can make a real AI handle. It would be best to help me clear the level with one click.